The moment Tyreek Hill's name started echoing around Philadelphia, the atmosphere shifted in a way that only true blockbuster rumors can create, and now, with his confirmation of arriving to the Eagles, the entire league seems to be holding its breath. This is not being treated as a simple move or a routine transition, but rather as a seismic shift in identity, ambition, and narrative. Around the Eagles' facilities, sources whisper that this arrival represents more than speed on the field, more than explosive plays, and more than highlight reels ready to dominate social media timelines. It feels like a statement of intent, a declaration that the franchise is not content with incremental growth, but is chasing something louder, faster, and far more intimidating. Hill's presence alone changes how defensive coordinators sleep at night, because his reputation travels ahead of him, forcing adjustments before he even steps onto the grass wearing green. Inside the locker room, speculation suggests a mix of excitement and recalibration, as teammates understand that hierarchy, responsibility, and opportunity will all be reshaped by his arrival. This is the kind of move that redefines expectations, not just for fans dreaming big, but for players who suddenly see a wider field, more space, and the promise of chaos for opposing defenses. What makes this rumor particularly captivating is the timing and the silence that preceded the confirmation. For weeks, the Eagles were linked to bold ambitions, but few believed they would actually pull the trigger on a move of this magnitude. Tyreek Hill confirming his arrival feels almost surreal, like a plot twist that only reveals itself after the clues were hidden in plain sight. Analysts and insiders are now rewatching past press conferences, sideline reactions, and subtle comments, wondering if the signs were always there. Hill, known not only for his speed, but also for his confidence, brings with him a personality that commands attention. In Philadelphia, a city that thrives on intensity and emotion, that energy could either ignite something legendary or create pressure unlike anything he has faced before. The rumor mill suggests that the Eagles' offensive vision was quietly redesigned with Hill in mind, imagining routes that stretch the field horizontally and vertically at the same time. This is not just about one player fitting into a system, but about a system bending itself to unleash something dangerous and unpredictable. From a broader perspective, this move reshapes how the Eagles are perceived across the league. Rivals are already speculating that this confirmation forces a new level of respect, even fear. Tyreek Hill is not just fast. He is a symbol of immediate threat, a player who can turn any moment into something unforgettable. The whispers around league circles suggest that defensive backs are already anticipating exhausting matchups, while coordinators are sketching contingency plans that may or may not survive contact with reality. In Philadelphia, fans are split between disbelief and anticipation, imagining what it looks like when Hill's speed merges with an offense that already prides itself on aggression and creativity. This rumor-driven narrative paints the Eagles as a team that refuses to wait patiently for success, instead choosing to accelerate toward it at full speed. Hill's confirmation amplifies that perception, turning casual curiosity into obsessive debate across sports talk shows and online communities. There's also a quieter layer to this speculation, one that focuses on Tyreek Hill himself and what this arrival represents for his personal journey. Some believe this is a calculated move, a chance to redefine his legacy in a new environment that demands toughness and resilience. Philadelphia is not an easy city to impress, but once embraced, it offers a level of loyalty that few markets can match. Hill's confirmation suggests confidence not just in his abilities, but in his readiness to thrive under relentless scrutiny. Rumors hint that he sees this as a stage where his narrative can evolve, moving beyond pure speed into leadership and influence. The Eagles, known for their passionate fan base, may challenge him in ways that test his mental edge as much as his physical gifts. This mutual gamble is what makes the story compelling, because both sides seem to believe the reward outweighs the risk. Inside the organization, speculation continues about how this arrival impacts existing dynamics. Players who once carried the burden of explosive playmaking may now find themselves freer, while others might feel pressure to elevate their own performance. Tyreek Hill's confirmation acts like a mirror, forcing everyone to reassess their role and contribution. Coaches are rumored to be energized by the creative possibilities, envisioning formations and concepts that were previously theoretical. The Eagles' offense could become less predictable, more volatile, and significantly harder to contain. This is the kind of transformation that does not happen quietly, even if it begins as a rumor. Hill's presence alone commands attention, forcing conversations at every level of the sport. As the dust settles on this confirmation, the sense remains that this story is only beginning. Tyreek Hill arriving in Philadelphia feels like the opening chapter of something that could redefine seasons and memories. The speculation is no longer about whether it will happen, but about what it will become. Fans imagine moments that have not yet occurred, while critics question sustainability and chemistry. That tension is what fuels the narrative, turning a simple confirmation into a living, breathing storyline that will dominate discussions for a long time. In the city of brotherly love, expectations rise quickly, and with Tyreek Hill now part of the conversation, the Eagles seem ready to embrace the chaos that follows greatness chasing greatness. The second part of this rumor-driven saga dives deeper into the ripple effects that Tyreek Hill's arrival may trigger beyond the immediate spotlight. Around the league, there's a growing sense that this move could spark a chain reaction, influencing how other franchises approach risk, ambition, and identity. When a player of Hill's caliber confirms his arrival to a team already loaded with expectations, it sends a message that boldness is once again in fashion. Speculation suggests that front offices everywhere are reassessing their own ceilings, wondering if playing it safe is enough in an environment where speed and explosiveness redefine outcomes. The Eagles, through this rumored confirmation, appear to be positioning themselves as trendsetters rather than followers. Hill's reputation amplifies that message, because his presence alone forces adaptation from opponents who may not be fully prepared to respond. Another layer of intrigue lies in how this arrival reshapes the emotional connection between team and city. Philadelphia thrives on narratives of grit, defiance, and swagger, and Tyreek Hill embodies a version of confidence that borders on audacity. Some fans speculate that this match is either perfect or dangerously volatile, with little room in between. Hill's confirmation sparks debates about whether his style will blend seamlessly with the Eagles' culture or challenge in unexpected ways. Rumors hint that the organization believes friction can be productive, pushing standards higher and sharpening competitive edges. In this sense, Hill is not just an addition, but a catalyst, someone whose presence forces everyone to confront comfort zones and expand them. There's also speculation about how this move impacts the broader balance within the conference. Teams that once felt comfortable matching up against the Eagles may now reconsider their defensive priorities. Hill's speed stretches more than just the field. It stretches preparation time, mental focus, and strategic planning. Rumors circulating among analysts suggest that this confirmation alone shifts preseason narratives, elevating the Eagles into a different tier of conversation. Whether that elevation is justified remains part of the mystery, but perception often shapes reality long before results do. Hill's arrival ensures that no opponent can underestimate Philadelphia without consequences, at least in theory. From Tyreek Hill's perspective, this chapter is rumored to be about control and reinvention. Some insiders suggest he views this arrival as an opportunity to prove adaptability, to show that his impact transcends any single system or environment. Philadelphia offers a platform that is both unforgiving and rewarding, where success is celebrated loudly and failure dissected mercilessly. Hill's confirmation implies a willingness to embrace that duality. He seems prepared to lean into the noise, using it as fuel rather than distraction. This mindset, if the rumors are accurate, aligns perfectly with a city that respects resilience as much as talent. The Eagles' coaching staff, according to speculation, sees this as a rare alignment of timing and talent. Hill's arrival is rumored to coincide with a philosophical shift toward aggression and unpredictability. The playbook, once balanced, may tilt toward daring concepts designed to maximize speed and space. This does not guarantee harmony, but it does promise entertainment and tension, two elements that drive narratives in sports. Coaches are said to be aware of the pressure this creates, understanding that with such a weapon comes heightened expectations. Failure would be magnified, but success could redefine reputations. As this rumor continues to evolve, the sense remains that Tyreek Hill confirming his arrival to the Eagles is not a conclusion, but an ignition point. Every practice, every press interaction, and every snap will be filtered through this narrative of bold ambition. Fans, analysts, and rivals alike will search for signs that validate or challenge the belief that this move changes everything. In Philadelphia, belief is powerful and doubt is equally loud. Hill's presence sits at the center of that storm, a symbol of what could be if speed, confidence, and opportunity align. Whether this story becomes legend or cautionary tale is unknown, but the speculation alone ensures it will not be ignored. The second part of this speculative story takes the conversation beyond the initial shock and dives into the undercurrents that surround Tyreek Hill's confirmed arrival to the Eagles. Around league circles, the rumor is that this move was not born overnight, but carefully nurtured through quiet conversations and strategic patience. Insiders suggest that Philadelphia saw a rare window where ambition and opportunity aligned, and Hill became the embodiment of that vision. His arrival is being framed as a challenge to the league's comfort zone, a reminder that speed and fearlessness still dictate momentum in modern football. Within the Eagles building, whispers describe an energized environment where practices suddenly feel faster, sharper, and more demanding. Players are rumored to sense that complacency is no longer tolerated because Hill's presence raises the standard by default. This is not simply about one star fitting in, but about an entire roster adjusting its rhythm to match his pace. The speculation suggests that the Eagles are embracing discomfort as a necessary step toward dominance, and Hill stands at the center of that philosophy. Another layer of this rumor focuses on the psychological impact Tyreek Hill may have before even making a meaningful contribution on the field. Opponents are already said to be altering their preparation, spending extra hours anticipating his movement and influence. The idea circulating among analysts is that Hill changes games without touching the ball because his reputation alone bends defensive structures. In Philadelphia, this effect is rumored to be celebrated internally, viewed as a form of invisible advantage. Coaches allegedly see this as an opportunity to exploit hesitation and fear, creating space for others while Hill draws attention. The Eagles' offense, long respected, could evolve into something far more unsettling, where unpredictability becomes the norm. Hill's arrival feeds into this narrative of controlled chaos, where preparation meets instinct. Fans speculate that this psychological edge may be just as valuable as any physical contribution, especially in high-pressure moments when confidence and doubt collide. The rumor mill also explores how this move reshapes leadership dynamics within the team. Tyreek Hill is known for his vocal presence and unapologetic confidence, traits that can redefine locker room hierarchies. Some insiders believe his arrival challenges existing leaders to elevate their voices and sharpen their influence. Others speculate that Hill himself may evolve, transitioning from pure playmaker to a more nuanced figure who understands timing, restraint, and responsibility. Philadelphia's environment demands authenticity, and the belief is that Hill's personality will be tested in ways that refine it. This mutual adaptation, according to whispers, is exactly what the organization wants. They are rumored to believe that growth comes from friction, not comfort. Hill's confirmation symbolizes that philosophy, suggesting a willingness on both sides to embrace pressure as a tool rather than a burden. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Beyond the Eagles, this arrival sparks broader speculation about the direction of the league itself. There's a sense that speed is once again becoming the ultimate currency, forcing teams to rethink roster construction and tactical priorities. Hill's move is rumored to be cited in internal meetings across franchises as an example of decisive action. The Eagles, through this confirmation, are painted as aggressive and forward-thinking, unafraid to gamble on impact. This perception may influence future negotiations, rivalries, and even officiating narratives, as high-profile players often do. Hill's presence ensures that Philadelphia remains at the center of conversations, whether praised or criticized. That spotlight, while intense, is something the organization appears ready to accept. From Tyreek Hill's perspective, speculation suggests this chapter is about narrative control. His arrival to the Eagles is rumored to be a deliberate step toward redefining how he is remembered. Philadelphia offers a platform where success echoes loudly and legacy is debated endlessly. Hill's confirmation implies confidence that his story can expand rather than repeat. He is rumored to view this environment as a proving ground, where adaptability and maturity can complement raw talent. This internal motivation adds depth to the story, transforming it from a transactional move into a personal statement. As this second part of the rumor unfolds, one thing becomes clear. Tyreek Hill's arrival to the Eagles is not a static event, but a living narrative. Every development will be magnified, interpreted, and debated. Fans will project hopes, critics will anticipate flaws, and the truth will exist somewhere in between. This speculation thrives because it represents possibility, risk, and ambition colliding. Whether this story ultimately fulfills its promise remains unknown, but its impact on imagination and expectation is already undeniable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.